So first thing, we need to properly wash this cauliflower. So that's had a really good wash, so now we'll just drain it. Now I'm going to give this just a quick boil to soften it. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, you can just put it straight in an oven and roast it. We've also got some of this homegrown peas. Now this cauliflower has come to a boil. We're just going to turn it off and let it eco cook for a few more minutes. So now this cauliflower has softened a bit, we'll drain it. And then we can pop it straight into a baking dish. And we'll just even that out a bit. So I've got a nice amount of cauliflower in there. And now I'm going to roast it just to brown that top a little bit. So just pop it in your oven, preheated, 180, and just keep checking it. And once you start to see a bit of darkness appearing, you can take it out. And meanwhile, we'll make this cheese sauce. So we want 60 grams of butter. Drop them in a pan on a low heat until it's melted. Just keep giving that a stir. Now that butter's melted, add 60 grams of plain flour. And we need to cook this flour out. So just keep stirring until it becomes a paste and you can't see any more flour. And what this is going to do is thicken the sauce when you add the milk. Now add 450 millilitres of milk, but add it a bit at a time and stir it in. And we'll whisk this because we don't want any lumps in this when we're finished. Now we just need to bring this up to a simmer. Make sure you keep stirring this and it'll gradually start to thicken up. You're getting those spirals in it now, which is what you're looking for. So now you've reached this consistency. Add 150 millilitres of double cream and mix all that together. That's going to give you a more silkier sauce. And now you can add your cheese. So you want 100 grams of whatever cheese you want to use. So I'm using a mixture of medium cheddar and red Leicester. And get that in that sauce. And we'll get that mixed in. Now that's a really cheesy sauce. So I don't need to add anything more to that. But I will pop a little salt in it. And that's your cheese sauce done. If I want to use one chicken breast for 2 people, I cut it really thin. And I always find the best way to do this is when it's still part frozen. So you just take a really sharp knife and it's so easy to cut it the way you want to. So we've took that cauliflower out of the oven and it's just started to get a nice little bit of a burn on the edges of this cauliflower. So now we can add these peas. And we're just gonna randomly sprinkle them over the top. And that looks good as it is. So now that chicken's defrosted, we'll add a couple of spices to it. So about a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of paprika. Just to spice it up a little. And we'll give that a good mix to get everything nicely coated. And now I'm just going to quickly fry it off. So a couple of tablespoons of oil. Let that heat up on medium. And then we'll get that chicken in. And we'll just keep turning this until both sides have been cooked. It'll only take a couple of minutes and that's done. So now we're going to add it to this cauliflower bake and then pour over that cheese sauce, making sure that you cover as much as you can. and we'll just spread that out nice and even along edges as well. Then I'm just going to sprinkle over a little more cheese on top. And then finish it off with a few pieces of finely chopped onion. So pop that in your oven, 180, until you see the top starting to brown and it's bubbling around the edges, and then you're good to go. Probably about 30 minutes. And 30 minutes later, smells absolutely amazing.